Can we bring the Park and Rec Department board meeting for Tuesday, February 16th, 2021 at 6:59? Can we call it to order?
Yep. Kelly, if you want to call the roll call, please.
Sure. All right, so we have Jay Batalico,
Yes.
Roberta Byron Coolidge. No. William de Blasio,
Yes.
okay. Eileen Francolino,
Here.
Michael Karanian, said he's not here. Anthony Kalowski. Anthony Kalowski, no. Okay, Matthew Kalowski. Matthew Kalowski, no. Okay. Ed Marchand. Is Ed here? I thought we said he was here.
He is here. Yeah,
He's
he is here.
Oh, okay,
You're muted, Ed, or your volume's down or something.
Yeah, it's not muted.
okay.
Something's wrong.
Nicole Page.
Something's wrong with you, Ed.
Okay,
No, we see your lips moving, but no sound.
okay. Nicole Payne responded no. Jen Wynn Johnson. Is Jen here?
Billy, did she respond to you?
No, she did not.
Okay.
Okay. And Don Woods.
Here.
Okay.
Do we have a
No.
quorum?
Now we'll have, yes, we have a quorum, and let's have the Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the
to
flag
the flag
of the
of the
United States of America,
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for which it
for which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under God,
liberty, and justice for all. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we also have a piece of correspondence that we wanted to add that we received at the last minute.
Is that Pamela Lavery or something else?
I think he sent it out.
Yes.
Also, someone else, Kelly, who did you send it out?
Say that
Was
again.
it,
I'm sorry. It was cutting out here for a minute.
Pamela Lavery was the added correspondence?
No, she was on the agenda. It was the thank you note from Emmanuel Christian Academy that was added.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, can I have approval of the January 19th, 2021 regular meeting? Any additions or subtractions?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Got any public participation?
I don't see anyone. If you want to wait a couple seconds.
Okay,
See. Nope.
Is Tim and Carol here present?
Tim Mankey is here. I don't see.
I'm here.
Okay.
Carol's not.
So Kelly, for the minute purposes, you do say that which liaison council person is present also.
Okay, so should I always include them in the attendance basically at the roll call?
Not in the roll call, but you could just take notice that they're here so that the minutes can reflect it.
Okay,
Tim, congratulations on your new grandbaby.
Oh, thanks.
Everybody's doing well?
So far, yeah.
Good.
Okay, so
Okay,
we're all,
well, let's go into the correspondence. Pamela Lavery donation. Billy?
Yep, Mr. Chairman, she donated $100 for scholarships for the Parks and Recreation. Later on the agenda, you'll see that she's asking for waivers for Motorcycle Madness Extravaganza and the 3 pavilions at Churchill Park. So we'll take those up under new business.
Okay. What, is there any more? Oh, Emmanuel Christian Academy, Bill.
Yeah, Christian Academy, I just wanted you to know that they were thankful for, we gave them the basketball hoops at the old community center. And they put them up at the old Elm Hill School, or whatever you want to call Manual Christian Academy on Maple Hill Avenue. And they're enjoying them very much.
Okay. Sounds good. Summary reports.
You receive those by email. There's nothing out of the ordinary that I could bring to your attention, but I will answer any questions if you have them.
Anyone have any questions for Billy? Okay, let's go on to the tree warden report.
It seems that ever since we did the tree study, we're getting more tree complaints. So I don't know if that helped us or hurt us, but nonetheless, we're going after it the best we can. Just knowing that we don't have a dedicated tree crew, we just pull people. For instance, this winter, when in between snowstorms, we have tree crews, a stumping crew, a butt crew, and a take removal crew. So we send them out when we can. Many of you probably, if you drive around town, we're attacking 4 trees at Crestview these last couple of weeks. So things seem to be going well in that respect.
Okay, I guess that's old business. What we got, Bill, for old business? Anything interesting?
I can't see it, but I'm not sure if there's anything is there anything on the
No.
agenda for? Okay.
No, there isn't.
Nope. Then we'll go to new business.
Let's go to new business then. 150th anniversary dinner dance.
Yes, the town manager put me as a staff person with the 150th committee. Eileen Francolino is the chairperson, astute chairperson, actually. And the game plan was to have a mayor's ball, MAYORS apostrophe, multiple mayors, instead of just this mayor. And the reason why I'm so specific about that is because there are election laws by the state of Connecticut regarding if you do something named in honor of a mayor and use public funds to advertise it 90 days before an election, that's a no-no. So I just wanted to make sure we bring it to everyone's attention that this isn't a particular mayor, but we wanted to honor all the living mayors that have gone through the system in Newington, along with the entire community, to have a dinner dance and have a good fun time. It may or may not coincide with the grand opening of the community center. It depends how COVID-19 works, but we're trying our best to plan ahead, but yet still be flexible. And I'll turn it over to Eileen for any additional comments.
Yeah, our original plan was to have something called the Mayor's Ball that would honor those who have served us in the past and currently. I guess we got to do some checking into whether that was going to happen or not, because originally we weren't going to do it in the fall, but because of COVID-19, the date had to be moved. If it turns out that we can't call it the Mayor's Ball, we'll come up with a different name, but the idea is to just have a celebration kind of gathering of people, kind of hopefully coincide it with the opening of the new town hall, which got pushed back as well. So whatever, so that people could come in, have a little tour of the facility, see what it's like, and then have a good time that night. So fingers crossed, hopefully it's going to happen.
So tentatively, we have Friday, October 1st planned. As you'll hear through my comments tonight, the governor, the rules change for COVID-19 every day. Today, the governor came out and said that March 19th, you can have 100 people indoors and 200 people outdoors. So we're getting closer to opening a little bit more. And I suspect that in the springtime we'll have, a little bit looser rules or bigger opportunities. So we'll see.
Hey, Bill, the
Yes.
100 people indoors, how big of a space is that?
It didn't say.
Well, that
It's
doesn't
just like you could have a wedding. You could have a wedding with 100 people.
in a shoebox, it would be pretty crowded, but in a big space, that's weird.
You're gonna have to call the governor on that. No.
Okay, I got you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bill,
Yes.
will that change any basketball at the community center by having 100 people indoors?
I suspect it could. I'd have to talk to Charlie Brown tomorrow to find out. This just came out this afternoon.
Okay.
Yep.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. The weird thing is this cohort thing, bringing people from other towns and other schools and mixing them is, I think, Charlie Brown's biggest concern. And I can see his point on that. Where at school, you're trying to keep people all in the same group of bubble, the same bubble. So anyway, we'll see how that all shakes out. But we'll look into it and see what the health director says for the 4 towns.
Mrs. Francolino, would you like to read the motion?
Hold on, let me find it. It's not up on the page.
It's on the screen. Do you have it on the screen?
It's not on my screen.
Oh,
Oh, here it is. I got it. Okay. I really think this should come from somebody besides me, to be honest with you. It would be better if somebody else made the motion.
Billy DeBlas?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
It's a long one. All right. We
Yeah.
make a motion to waive the facility rental fee for the double gymnasium Saturday rate of $150 an hour times 6 hours equals $900. The facility rental for all 3 multi-purpose rooms on Saturday rate $75 an hour times 3 rooms equals $225. And then 6 rooms would equal or $225 at 6 hours was equal $1,350. And the facility rental fee for the arts and craft room Saturday rate $75 an hour times 6 hours is $450 in the total amount of $2,700. Also to allow the department to apply for a state liquor permit and sell adult refreshments at the 150th anniversary dinner dance event with the date to be announced in late September or early October.
Bill, I just want to point out, the one on the screen is the updated one. The rates have changed because it was
changed the rates.
changed. The date was changed from a Saturday to
Yeah,
a
I
Friday.
can't see the whole thing because of the picture.
Okay.
So the whole thing is
I'll
done.
read it, Billy, I'll read it.
Okay, Don.
Okay, motion to waive the facility rental fee for the double gymnasium. Weekday rate of $80 per hour times 6 hours equal $480. Facility rental fee for all 3 multi-purpose rooms. Weekday rate of $40 per hour times 3 equals $120. Times 6 equals $720. And the rental fee for the arts and crafts room, weekday rate of $40 per hour times 6 equals $240. In the amount of $1,440. Also to allow the department to apply for a state liquor permit and sell adult refreshments at the 150th anniversary dinner dance event on Friday, October 1st, 2021.
Can I have a second?
Make a
Second.
motion, a second.
That was Billy de Blasio Kelly for a second.
Okay, I know Billy first did it. Who was the second? I'm sorry.
Don Woods was
Don Woods read the motion and Billy de Blasio seconded, right?
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You want to explain this one, Bill, or Mrs. Francolino?
The 150th anniversary is planning a little historical walk, mainly centered in the center area of town. There'll be someone at the waterfall explaining the history of the waterfall and what went on there, how they made barrel staves and all of that. The library is going to put up some signs in the park explaining their history, and there'll be someone out in front of the library talking about that. There's going to be someone at the Congregational Church. There'll be someone at, I don't know what the name of that house is, the house with the big white pillars in the center across from the green. And there'll be someone at the fire station on the corner of Garfield there. And then I think there's another person at Kellogg Getty House. It's just going to be a walking tour. You can go wherever you want, stop in, listen. It's, you know, somebody will give you a 5-minute talk at each stop. Just to give a little bit of the historical roots of our town.
Who wants to give it a shot on the motion?
Is there a motion there?
Yeah, there's a,
Oh, I don't see it.
You want me to read it, Jay?
Go ahead, Don. Thank you.
Make a motion to waive the facility rental fee for double gymnasium, Saturday rate of $150 per hour for 6 hours equals 900.
the one I read.
Facility rental fee for all.
Wait a second.
This isn't correct.
That's the one I read, Don.
Yeah,
No, that's what it says on the screen.
yeah,
It's wrong.
This is the wrong one.
yeah. This is completely outside. We shouldn't really, we just need time set aside at the
have-
waterfall.
I have the
It should've-
written version.
It should have been the one that was $120, $30 an hour
Yeah,
I could read that.
For what?
for
There's a
the
rental-
waterfall.
There's a rental fee for the waterfall.
yeah,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
it's not up on the screen.
No. I can read it though if you want.
Let me see if I can find it through what James sent over.
Billy could read it if he
Yeah,
has
I
it.
have it on when you sent it originally, Kelly.
Yeah.
It's the motion is to waive the Mill Pond waterfall rental fee. $30 an hour times 4 hours is $120. In the amount of a total of $120 for the 150th anniversary historical walkthrough on April 24th, 2021 from 12 to 4 with the rain date April 25th, 2021. That's what it
Thanks,
says.
Bill. Could I have a second?
Second, Don Wood.
Don, Don Woods. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay,
Thank you.
next is the Peter Lavery Memorial Ride event. Billy?
Yep, it's done every year. She uses like the whole Churchill Park area is where they take off from. And oftentimes they come back and have a hot dog cookout, but I think depending on COVID-19, that's going to be flexible. The unusual thing is, you know, Peter Lavery was a Newington cop and Pam lives in Berlin. So we had to assign non-resident rates to the pavilion and stuff, but still we're supportive of the situation. We just wanted to make sure the commission knows that on one hand, we have to raise money to make the enterprise budget work and pay for our staff to the tune of $300,000 a year. And then nonprofits always ask us to donate to them when we're a nonprofit. So nothing against Peter Lavery, nothing against police or anybody, but I want the commission to know full well that, you know, when they say you should run your place like a business, you can't really run it like a business because there's always other extra activity going on in your decision making. So I want to be clear to the commission so they know what's happening. But I fully endorse the idea.
Any questions on the Memorial Ride? Don, you want to read the motion?
Okay. Motion to waive the facility rental fee for the 3 Churchill Park pavilions, daily non-residential rate of $280 plus $150 equals $680. The booth rental fee for Motorcycle Madness, $50, and the Life Be In It Extravaganza, booth rental fee, $50, and the total amount of $780 for the Peter Lavery Memorial Ride on September 10th, 2021.
Thank you, Don. Could I have a
Second.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
Who was the second? I couldn't tell. I'm sorry.
It was me.
Okay, who's me? I can't say.
Yeah, no worries. Anthony Klowski.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Anthony.
How are you?
Hey, Bill.
Yep, thanks for coming.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, Bill, now we're on reports. Town Hall Community Center update. Is that you or Don Woods?
We'll let Don Woods give us that report.
There you go, Don.
This one's pretty simple. The project is pretty much wrapping up for the winter. There's a final grading, parking, paving, landscaping still left to do. There's a few issues with HVAC they're trying to work out. But I think in general, the project is pretty much wrapped up as far as the main town hall and community center. The police, they still got a little bit of work to do on the exterior there. The budget is not looking good, but that'll be determined at our next meeting in April. But overall, like I said, the last time the project came out really beautiful, especially our community center. You can't ask for more. If anybody has any questions, I could try to answer them, but it's pretty much wrapped up for the winter.
I have a question on the batting cages and nets. Is that squared away yet?
I contacted our town attorney, asking him to send a threatening letter to John Collins, the owner of CB Seating, because we paid for installation and he's not been doing that so far. But that's the last thing we spent about $70,000 with them. The town hall building committee's probably spent $500,000 with the bleachers and the basketball hoops and all that. But it costs maybe $1,000 to bring a guy from New York to set up the batting cages. So we're only out about $1,000 if the guy doesn't do it, but I suspect he will. I'll add to Don's report that we just received yesterday the two controllers for the basketball scoreboards, and tomorrow morning Nevco salesman is coming at 9:00. He's going to computer program both controllers so we can use two scoreboards separately at each big court, or we can use all four together. And we're going to train the entire staff at 10:00. So we're pretty excited about that. And the handicap accessible doorknobs were put on the partition door in the gymnasium. So we're excited about that. I don't know if it officially got accepted by the town manager, Keith Chapman, but talking with Doug, our building code guy, and our fire marshal, they both approved it. So we're really excited about that. So all the little final details are being worked out. We got training on how to use the big monitors in our multi-purpose room and our conference room. They turned up the music for Don, your relative there. Mary Woods is one of our aerobics instructors. When she gets in to that multi-purpose room and hears those speakers, it's going to blast her unbelievable. It's so beautiful.
Nice.
It's absolutely incredible.
So are you staying there Bose quality?
Bose quality, yes. And it was worth whatever $675,000 for all the TVs and the sound and the security and all that. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We couldn't be happier.
Anyone got any questions for Don or Billy on the town hall? Well, if not, let's move on to the budget update, Bill.
Yeah, we're going through the budget process. It's a little different this year. Town manager has asked the town council if he could present the CIP and the budget to them. So it's being a little bit more professionalized with staff, I think. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's a pilot program. They're trying it, trying to keep the politics and the amount of people coming to different meetings, trying to politic for their particular projects. So we'll see how it all shakes out. They're using the Owens report, a lot of it, and they're using some of the staff to participate in stuff. But it's an interesting process. And with COVID-19, certainly threw a monkey wrench into a lot of things. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But we don't know too much more than that.
It's a brand new process now anyways, right?
Yeah, it's kind of
keeps
is.
bringing in.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Bill, do you need us to go to bat for you with the town manager? I mean, I know usually someone of us will go and speak at a meeting or whatever, but how is that process going to work, or is that just dead as well?
I don't know if it's dead. I don't think he's given us any indication on how he wants it to proceed. I'm under the impression that he's handling the project in the budget and moving it to the council. But I really don't know the answer to that. I mean,
Okay, well,
but
just let us know.
I'll keep you posted. I'll go through Jay and the commission, send out you an email, whatever the town manager, wants.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
There's no more questions. Let's move on to the water lantern festival update, Bill.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What update?
Bill, we missed
Water-
the administrative secretary position.
Oh, yeah. Let me
Okay,
let me mention that, Mr. Chairman.
go ahead.
Lisa DeLude left us in the Christmas time and went transferred to social service department. And what ended up happening was because of budget cuts, we advertised for a young man that was in our office for a promotion. His name is Sam Lestaco, and he tested for the position and became our new full-time secretary, administrative secretary. And today was his first day. That's the good news. The bad news is, to fill that position, we had to agree to pay for it out of the enterprise budget. So, as many of you know or don't know, we have to pay for Joe Harvey's salary and benefits. We have to pay for Hadil's salary and benefits. We have to pay for $30,000 of Karen Galicio's salary, and now we have to pay $71,000 for Sam's salary and benefits. So when I start my budget July 1st, I'm about $300,000 in the hole. So anytime people, have a question about why do we charge for anything, the reason is the taxpayer is not putting a penny of money into the recreation division. And we're supporting that whole thing by our creativity and our business-like strategies. So, and as much as we don't want to charge people or what have you, please bear with me, be supportive of additional fees and charges, because we need to move in that direction to keep the Parks and Recreation Department floating.
Bill, can I just
Any other questions for Bill?
Yeah, I have one, Jay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not really a question, but a statement for Anthony and Matthew. And I think the rest of the board already knows this, but I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but no other department has to pay for staff out of their budget that's raised like we do. It all comes out of tax dollars, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. We save the taxpayer, each household. I worked out with Steve, the assessor. We probably save every tax homeowner $300 per year that they don't pay for taxes. So, for instance, they might spend $300 for the library, has the same amount of budget, roughly $2 million, $1.5, $2 million in staff, but the taxpayer pays for it. In regards to Parks and Recreation, we pay for it.
Bill, I was under the impression that the position cuts that were happening with town employees was because there was a fear of a lack of collection of tax monies due to COVID-19, but that didn't happen, right? Didn't the tax monies come in?
Well, at one department head meeting, we heard that they were pretty good because banks were paying 68% of banks mortgages are paid by banks, and they were planning on paying the town, or if they haven't already. So I can't really answer totally the tax thing, but I think they're in decent shape by collecting money.
Well,
Is Tim there? Tim Mankey, are you there? Tim, paging Tim Mankey?
You're
Maybe he
muted.
would know.
Yes, I am.
how have the tax receipts been?
We have the report for October. They were okay, but we're worried about more about long-term.
Yeah. Well, I could throw a little bit in there because I have not collected one tax dollar since last April. In fact, I was talking to the tax department today, and we don't know. The governor might extend it again because it between April and July is so close.
Oh, for next
You
year.
know,
Yeah.
and usually when I was collecting about 50 to 60% of delinquent taxes, so I have no idea of what's going on now because I'm not in the chain anymore.
I heard on the news tonight that he extended the foreclosures until June 30th.
Oh boy.
So banks can't foreclose on anybody until June 30th, which means,
You don't have to pay.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Thank you.
That's crazy. Huh. But Tim, did you ever get a report on the delinquency? There must be quite a bit then, I would imagine.
We have not got a report, no.
Oh, okay.
Other than we can't collect it because the governor says you can't collect it. So
Right. You're right. Absolutely right. Any more questions? Let's go on to the Water Lantern Festival update, Bill.
Okay, again, depending upon COVID-19, our tentative date is September 25th. It's a Saturday from usually about 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. And if those of you that were around 2 years ago, it was probably one of the more successful, beautiful, peaceful, nice things that Newington has ever come up with. So we're trying to coax them back. They're willing to come back on the 25th as long as the COVID-19 rules allow it.
Okay. Anything else on that from any board members? If not, let's move on to the St. Patrick's Day party in the park.
I
June
think
10th.
there might be a motion for the water lantern.
No, Bill, we didn't have it included in this packet.
Yeah, I don't see one.
Did
No.
we already pass that? Maybe
Yes, last month.
Oh. Last month we did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Bill.
Thank you.
Kelly. This is for Kelly. Hello, Kelly.
St. Patrick's Day party in the
I'm
park.
here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can you click off and mute button? He can't do it from his computer. You should be able to.
That's Heather running the show.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's not me.
Who do you need me to unmute?
If you could unmute Ed Martian, he can't do it for some reason.
You can't do it? Okay. I keep hitting unmute.
I don't know what it must be. Okay, sorry.
No problem. Okay, so St. Patrick's Day party in the park. We're tentatively planning it for Thursday, June 10th, and McBride Carpet would be the sponsor. However, we did have some conversation today with the Screaming Orphans out of Ireland, and they're putting more restrictions on Ireland because of some kind of more strains coming out. So she's a little bit tentative about committing totally. She's got 5 festivals to play in June in the Northeast. And she's in the next 2 weeks, she's going to tell us if they're coming or not. But I am not hopeful anymore, getting the feeling about the way big events are happening outside in the small numbers. 200 people is what the governor said today. You know, I'd hope like heck if we could get to 1,000 would be nice outside, but we'll see how that all shakes out. But if we don't do it on June 10th, 11th, and 12th, our postponement date is the first weekend in August. So tentatively put those dates on your calendars if you wish to attend.
That's also the food truck festival and the motorcycle madness.
That's correct. All
That would
3
go to
events.
August.
Yeah, if one gets postponed, we'll probably move all 3 to the
Okay.
first weekend of August.
Well, you want to say anything about the food truck festival then and the,
Yeah, everything's going according to schedule. That was I think Billy de Blasio's idea in it, and the commission was all in favor of it, so we pursued it. It looks like it'll be fun. And the Motorcycle Madness, I'm so happy to say that every single sponsor from 2 years ago is totally on board and at the same level. So it's a big deal. That Motorcycle Madness is probably a $25,000-$30,000 event. It's really built itself up to be pretty big.
okay, any other questions on those 3 days? If not, let's move on to the summer concert series.
Summer
How's that
concerts-
looking?
Yep, that's. I think that's going to be okay. I think that'll work, especially with 200 people and all spread out at Mill Pond Park. We have it completed. I don't have it in front of me, but it will be printed in the Life magazine and delivered to 13,500 households, and it'll be up on our website. But we have some great bands this year. We have an a cappella group that we saw at our Connecticut Recreation and Parks Association does an entertainment showcase, and we get to see 100 bands every 10 minutes. And there's an a cappella band from Boston that travels the whole North America. Last year they wanted $5,000 and we got them down to $1,000, including sound. So they committed. Mr. Bufundo from Bufundo Accounting is going to sponsor his son's band again. Booyah is the name of them, and they drew a big crowd last year. So we have some really good entertainment, and that'll be on Thursday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. So it'll be quite nice.
Okay. How we doing on the extravaganza update?
Extravaganza, I'm not putting a lot of effort into with the little details because I'm just having a tough time thinking it's going to work. I don't know how you bring 30 or 40,000 people to watch fireworks, shoulder to shoulder, blanket to blanket. I'm having a tough time thinking that the carnival, you're sitting shoulder to shoulder, touching everything, screaming, sharing droplets. I don't know. I'll be listening to the commissioners, but I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty difficult run this year. I don't know what you guys think.
Well, on the carnival, how much time do you have to book them?
I think bands and carnivals are desperate right now. So
Yeah.
He's penciled us in. I think we're okay as far as that goes. I just don't know if Charlie Brown will let us do it. I'm hesitant about that. I'm not optimistic we can pull it off safely.
And that's usually what, the third week in July, right? Normally?
Yes, that's correct. 17th of July.
Oh, okay. Any other questions on the extravaganza? Well, I guess we've just got to wait and see. Not too much we can do about it.
Do any of the other commissioners feel differently than me? I don't know. Are you very positive that it could happen?
I agree with you, Bill.
Okay.
No.
Bill,
Go ahead.
can't hear you, Don. Go ahead.
No?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
But we're losing you, Don.
All right, let me try this. I must have caught what Ed Marchand had.
That's a big financial thing too for Park and Rec, is it not, Billy?
Yeah, it's probably $100,000 week.
Boy, that's a tough one to lose, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, Bill, Don again, how does that work with the summer concert series? Is that the same problem? I mean, it's not 30,000 people, but it's sometimes hundreds of people in a small space.
Yeah,
How's
I'm
that?
thinking. Yeah, outdoors, they're allowing 200 people in March. I suspect they're going to do like they did last year and go up to 500 and then 1,000 for the outdoor events. And if we do the right protocols, we took the picnic tables, if you recall, at the municipal parking lot, we separated them out 12 feet. We kept people in their bubbles. We had college kids wiping down and sanitizing. We made announcements to separate. And I think it can work at Mill Pond Park because there's plenty of room. And if you recall, they did allow cornhole also because that was spread out and outside. Your favorite program.
Thank God for that.
So I'm confident the concerts can go. Not so confident extravaganza can go. Like I can't even imagine hot air balloon rides by Remax. You know, how do you take 7 or 8 strangers and put them in one basket?
Yeah,
You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So
Here's a question, Bill. Let's say everything clears up and things go back to somewhat normal because the vaccines have been given out adequately, which they say they are by the end of the summer. Could we do the fireworks as a standalone event in the fall if they approved it? Or you think that's not worth the risk and would be giving up too much money because we wouldn't get enough return for what it cost us to put on the event?
yeah, if you just did fireworks, it's a loss of a lot of money, right? It's, 27,500, 28,000 plus 10,000 in cops probably, and firemen 1,400. The return on money would only be the food trucks. I think the fireworks draws the crowd to come to the booths. Everything kind of works in conjunction with each other. So I'd have to see how much we could do in one day. Your suggestion is make it one Saturday and at night. The vendors, like for instance, the arts and crafts brings in about $9,000 or $10,000. So that would be difficult to pull off at the last minute. But we're all open-minded. The entire staff is thinking about it. It's so hard to plan anything because you never know what the rules are going to be.
Right. Okay.
financially, this puts you in a bind though, doesn't it, Bill?
Yeah, it does.
On
Yes,
all these things that we can't have, where,
Yes.
really expected that money's coming into the park and rec.
Yes, that's correct.
Bill, we have a deposit down on the fireworks though, correct?
I do believe we have $10,000 or $15,000 from 2 years ago.
Right.
Yes.
I know they held it over last year, but they'd be willing to hold that over again, I would assume, correct?
Yeah, I didn't ask them specifically, but I assume they would be. They're, a fairly reputable company.
Okay.
Okay, let's go on the aquatic report, Bill.
Yeah, I wanted to share with you, and that's what I just shared with you was old news already, but the governor changed the rules on swimming. But I just wanted to give you an example of what we're up against with the Newington Swim Club. And do we plan for swim lessons? Do we plan for recreational swim at the high school pool? Right now, we're going 5 days a week for the Newington Swim Club, and the rules changed again. So now you can put 4 kids that compete against each other all the time. They stay in a bubble. They're in one lane. The lifeguards can keep a distance, but it's interesting. I mean, I just wanted to share with you a little bit of the I don't know if it's frustration as much as it is the rules keep changing on us, and we're adapting and being flexible and trying to be cooperative with as many people as we can. I'm getting a lot of people, parents from swim clubs. They don't understand the rules. They don't understand why I listen to a health director. Travel basketball people, parents, they chew me out. They don't believe that I care about kids and, that kind of stuff. It's really been a very, very difficult for the entire staff to listen to some of the stupidity that comes out of parents' mouths. It's absolutely incredible to me. We're trying our very best, and we're going by the rules and regulations brought forth by the health director. And people have to know, people have to know that we do want Parks and Recreation stuff. We want activities. We want basketball. This is not something we dreamed up. And in fact, we lose money every time we close down. Every minute we're closed, we lose money. So once I tell them that, they kind of buy into it, but it has not been easy.
Okay, Bill, these East Coast Football League, the Newington Bulls, want to fill us in on that?
Yeah, this is the commission's favorite topic all the time is adult recreational football. And lo and behold, there's a new team in town, and it's called the Newington Bulls. And they claim to be the AAA team of the Brawlers, which is an A team, is how they described it to me. And when you recall, I reported to you that the commissioner of this New England Football League wasn't too complimentary of the Brawlers. Well, lo and behold, last week, the Brawlers joined the New England Football League. So it's just unbelievable. You can't make this story up. It's just too good. So I wanted the commission to know they call themselves semi-pro football. Please, everybody, get this in your head. It is adult recreational football. No different than adult softball leagues. That's what this is. The players pay to get in. They pay a fee to play. They do not get paid, and they are not affiliated with the National Football League. So I just want you to know that that's pretty clear. We're having as strict a rules with the Brawlers as we are with the Bulls. They have to pay us 2 weeks in advance, no checks, just cash or credit card. And I'm going to take their they don't have a lot of space to play because once COVID goes, lacrosse plays and youth soccer plays there and youth football in field hockey, etc. So we will sit down, take their schedules, and I'll try to work out a very fair and equitable time for Saturday nights. And they'll play from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. And they want 6 home games each. They'll probably get around 3, 4, 5. We'll see what the schedule permits. But I'm confident that I could, schedule it so that we can raise the money, take their money, let them play and make it work. You're not going to believe this though, but the New England Football League that the Brawlers are in, remember how they came to the commission and said they have to play it by 7 o'clock? It's a league rule. Well, lo and behold, that was not true. There's an 8 o'clock rule. So we can still get youth soccer in to play, get them off the field safely, and then bring in the adults. So crazy times, but people want to play in Newington, and that's a good thing. They have the support of the elected officials, I believe. And, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it happen.
Bill, it's Eileen.
Yep.
This is my favorite little, bugs me.
I do know.
What makes them a Newington team? Other than the fact that their coach lives in town.
That's it.
Okay.
The coach, I'll tell you a funny story. The coach called me for an hour and a half and said that his whole dream was to play again at Newington High School football field. And I said, what happens if you have a heart attack or a heart transplant? He said, what do you mean? I said, because you can't play at the high school football field. We put too much energy and effort in making that beautiful for high school football. And we only let them play games on it. So in one warm-up practice. So he was okay with Clem Lemire. But yeah, they're from all over the greater Connecticut area.
Okay. And the wear and tear on the field for having 3 adult teams play on the field, is that okay? I was under the impression that's a lot different than having children play on the field.
I think that's a correct statement. I think the team from Meriden might be going to Danbury is what I heard. So I think we'll be down to 2 teams, the Bulls and the Brawlers. And, heavier, bigger people playing. Yes, certainly puts more of an impact than a 90-pound kid.
Okay, and my third question would be, are they being charged out-of-town rates?
Yes, they are.
Okay, thank
Yeah, I
you.
believe I think it's somewhere in my head, it's about $700 for 4 hours plus $25 an hour for lights. And the press box is something else, $25. So yeah, they are.
Okay,
So, we might be able to pick up 7, 14, 20, 28, maybe 3,000 from each team, something like that, 6,000 altogether.
all righty.
Well, Bill, Jay, to Mrs. Francolino's question, that field, when we designed it, was basically designed for no higher than high school, football.
Yep.
It was never designed for adult. But how is the field looking? How's the maintenance and how's it holding up? That is the question.
It's guaranteed for 8 years. It's 10 years old. When I got here, I did start instituting bringing the professional field turf company from Texas in once or twice a year. They clean it, they sift the sand, they sift the rubber, they replace areas, they re-sew any seams that are ripped and redo any of the lines. So I would say it's decent shape. We're fighting for $50,000 a year to put in a kitty. I think Janet Murphy told me we have 125,000 in there set aside. They keep cutting that at capital improvement program time during the budget. But the answer is it's not bad. It's not great. It'll be needing replacement, in the next few years coming down the road.
What are we talking about? 750,000?
Probably
To
about
replace that?
600,000 to replace the top.
Okay, they'll do the whole thing, right? They're not
Yes.
going to do patching, right?
If we wanted to redo it, we're patching now.
Yeah.
So we would redo it, the whole thing, take the old rubber and sand out, take the plastic grass out and replace it.
Okay.
Jay, I got one for Bill.
Go ahead, Bill.
When are they planning to use this field, Bill?
The adult football, the only time I can kind of find for them is Saturday nights.
I know. What month, though?
Well, they start in the spring and they go through November. But I don't think I could get them on there too many times during the real spring because lacrosse is always playing.
Yeah.
I also, just so you know, I'm going to, for Little League, I'm going to fix up the Patterson back softball field so that they can practice on it. And 1 or 2 nights a week, I'm going to have our guys paint a half a football field in the outfield of Patterson, and I'll rent them practice time there instead of Clem Lemire is what my game plan is. I haven't told them that, but that's my strategy so far.
Well, as long as it stays dry, that'll be a good strategy. But if it gets wet, they'll be up to their knees.
Yeah, I know.
No, my only thought was, as a parent and one who had concerns about travel basketball in the past, I could see your phone going bonkers if these guys are out there playing on the field and the younger kids that are supposed to be out there are outlawed from playing because of COVID.
Yeah.
That could be you probably have triple the phone calls you got now.
Yeah. And I can remind for all the new members of the commission that the way we do facility reservations is that it's high school sports first, gets first priority. Then it's Newington in-town youth sports. Then it's Newington adult sports. And then it's out-of-town people. So I remind these 2 teams that they are 4th on the priority list. So don't expect too much from us.
Yeah, but if they're starting at 8 o'clock, they're number 1 on the list because the youth is usually done by 8 or 8:30.
Yeah, that's my game. Yeah, that's my game plan. Yep.
So it just would be hard to stomach for some parents if you're allowing the adults that are higher risk than our kids, that kind of thing.
I did not kick any of our kids, any private parent-run things like Little League, youth soccer, lacrosse, I did not tell them they couldn't use the fields. Their own jurisdictions, like whoever they're associated with, made those decisions.
I'm not saying you did.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
one question on that, West Hartford, Little League situation. You get much flack on that after we, turned them down?
I never heard another word.
Oh, okay.
They're on to the next town.
Okay. Yeah, do we have any public participation yet or no?
Not that I can see. I think we're all
Okay.
set.
Any comments by committee members before we leave? If not, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks,
Good night.
everybody, for
Thank
participating.
you.
Oh,